A comprehensive look at trends, fund profiles, and more in Exploring ETFs.
We're going to talk about something that a lot of people are talking about right now, Bitcoin. And our ETF research director, Nina Mishra, is here to talk about it with us and lay out some new developments in the area of Bitcoin. Now, this is something that you and I talked about and speculated about back in June of this year. And now seems like what we speculated about is coming to fruition.
Right. And that time in June, Bitcoin was trading around $2,000.
Yeah.
And today it is trading around $12,700.
Yep.
It's up about 1,200% this year now, and its market cap now exceeds $219 billion. And one of the reasons why this cryptocurrency has been surging of late is this optimism generated by plans for Bitcoin futures.
Yes, so the exchanges have responded now,
Yes.
at least a couple of the major exchanges.
Exactly.
And they have come up with products that they're going to be debuting here this month in December
Yes.
about trading futures on these Bitcoins.
Right, right. So last week, the CFTC approved plans for launch of Bitcoin futures by two of the world's largest exchanges. And while CME will launch its Bitcoin futures contract on December 18th, CBOE Bitcoin futures will start trading on December 10th itself. So Bitcoin futures provide much needed liquidity and also legitimacy to this cryptocurrency. It's kind of this cryptocurrency becoming more mainstream. So that is why investors are very excited about this product. Now, Bitcoin.
But already, I just want to stop you there. Already, like with anything else, it already has a few detractors out on the street.
Definitely.
People who say that these products may in fact kill the rally in Bitcoin.
That's also true, because as of now, it is very difficult to short Bitcoin, difficult and expensive. So Bitcoin futures would give traders, they would have the ability to hedge on the price of the cryptocurrency both ways, up or down.
Right.
And I think there are many who are waiting to short Bitcoin also, because it has gone up so much this year. But they are, at the same time, there are many backers who are waiting to get be a part of this, fabulous action.
Right.
And Bitcoin futures would also pave the way for an ETF. Many investors have been hoping for the launch of a Bitcoin ETF. And another point I wanted to add is many institutional investors are prohibited from investing in Bitcoin directly. So futures would give them an opportunity to invest, to get exposure to Bitcoin. And stock market volatility has been so low this year, and traders love volatility, so I think many traders would embrace these Bitcoin futures and take a profit, or maybe lose money by betting on the price of cryptocurrency. And many retail investors have started investing in Bitcoin because of the fear of missing out.
Right.
We hear stories about people taking out home equity loans to invest in Bitcoin, or maxing out their credit cards and buying Bitcoin. It's just because it's been surging and everyone wants to get in.
Get in on the action.
Yes.
All right, so probably for the average investor, right, in our audience, the ETF would be the most practical way to go.
Exactly. ETFs would provide a very convenient way and a low-cost way of getting exposure to this digital currency. Now, there were 3 Bitcoin ETF filings earlier this year, including one by Winklevoss twins. And they were rejected because SEC mainly said that the cryptocurrency is unregulated. They are reviewing the Winklevoss Bitcoin application again. And 3-4 ETF sponsors also filed ETF applications that track Bitcoin futures. And 2 of them were withdrawn because SEC does not review ETF filings where the underlying instruments are not yet available. Now, once the futures start trading, probably some of them would refile for those Bitcoin futures based ETFs. And 4 ETF sponsors have filed for blockchain ETFs. Now, blockchain is the underlying technology behind Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And while Bitcoin itself has many high-profile skeptics who have called it a bubble or like tulip mania, but I think everyone believes in the power of the blockchain technology that backs cryptocurrencies. So if we get some blockchain ETFs, I think they would be pretty popular with investors.
So now that blockchain element that you just mentioned, in my mind, just adds another layer of confusion into this whole equation.
Yeah, but I think blockchain has a greater potential than cryptocurrencies themselves.
So what are the risks here?
There are many. First of all, it is extremely volatile. There have been many instances of Bitcoin surging and then falling 20–25% from its recent highs. So if you decide to invest in Bitcoin, you should be prepared for the wild ride. Then it is not backed by any central bank. It is unregulated, and also it is illiquid, quite illiquid as of now. So trading is expensive. Then hackers love Bitcoin. They have been several,
especially because it's hooked up with your bank account.
Yes, with your digital wallet and the bank account. So there have been many instances of hacking of Bitcoin also. And many central banks have been talking about the risks of investing in Bitcoin, and some of them have even taken some actions against Bitcoin exchanges and initial coin offerings. So there are also regulatory risks associated with Bitcoin.
So those are the risks as it stands right now.
Yes.
Do those risks also apply to any ETFs that may come online?
We will see once we get the details of the ETFs and when they are approved. But ETFs would be safer than investing in Bitcoin directly.
Okay, that's going to be interesting to see how they parse that out.
Right.
So you have a chart here, a one-year chart on Bitcoin, and it's just up, up, and away, it seems.
Yeah, it's just dizzying ascent of the cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
It was around $760 about 1 year back, and as I mentioned, it's about 12,700 as of now. One more thing I wanted to add, that if you decide to invest in Bitcoin, treat it as the speculative part of your portfolio. I own some Bitcoin. I invested just because it's an innovative product and interesting technology, but it's less than 1% of my portfolio, and I treat it as an entirely speculative investment, so that if it goes down by 20, 30, or 40% any day, I will hopefully not lose any sleep.
That's important, because I'll go back to that illiquidity point you made.
Yes.
If it does drop like that in a day or two, you may not be able to get out.
You may lose a lot before getting out.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sure you're going to be keeping an eye on this, and I'm sure we haven't heard the last of all of this.
Definitely not.
In the meantime, don't forget you can check out more ETF information in that section of Zacks.com. That's our website. Just use the Funds tab in the top toolbar, and it will help direct you to the ETF section of Zacks.com. With Nina, I'm Terry Ruffalo.